Welcome to She's Not Trendy. I'm your host, Tiara, and we have special guests with us today, the Baltimore Kings of Comedy.
Thank you, ladies. Hello, hello.
Wait a minute, comedian Rickey, the real deal, Shackleford.
Yes.
I'm the good-looking one.
I'm the rich one.
Rich, what you ugly? Trying to have a little fun.
Kiss my mother.
And I'm Tanya.
I'm Keisha.
I'm Shalem.
I'm Shanika.
I'm Kimber.
And today we're going to start our show with our deal breaker as always. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a workplace deal breaker. So you just been promoted to a manager at a retail store. Okay, the last manager just quit. You just got this promotion. And you're now contacted by corporate HR. And they direct you to photograph everyone there and send a picture to HR because the numbers at the store is low. They're not selling, and they want to instruct you to fire everyone that is ugly. But you're going to get a bonus because they want you to keep quiet about it. So, would you or would you not fire the people that they designate as ugly?
Oh my God.
Definitely ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, all them ugly people gotta go. Since you ugly and rich, you first. You going first,
I'm
buddy.
working in the store by myself.
No, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
I
It's
wouldn't do it.
unethical.
I wouldn't do
Then
it.
where's your morals? Like, come on.
But now, you have bills to pay.
And there's other jobs.
Okay, what about you, Tony?
What if you can't find a job at
Why
that
can't
time?
you? All these
you gonna-
Indeeds and
I know.
Are you going to fire them or not?
Yeah, I think I will because I need money. I just keep pay my bills and everything else.
do unto others. Do unto
Beauty
others.
is in the eye of the beholder.
But they
But
have
at this time,
determined
I don't agree, but I'm
They
going to have to
have.
do it.
Corporate determined who was ugly, and they told you to fire these.
So we just got to do that.
We just gotta do the bad work.
Oh, shoot. They're going to do it anyway. I just think
They
it
already
depends on
on the
where
list.
you are in life, right?
Yes.
So maybe if you're younger, you're not thinking that, okay, I can go get another job, but once you've been established and you kind of have a certain mindset, you can't operate like that. You just can't.
But
I
they
got some
already-
bad
I
I got some bad. Ugly people gotta pay their dues.
Hey,
You tell you.
I would just do a mass text. You gotta go. I just send a mass text to
No,
everybody.
because listen though, you never know when it's your turn to be on the chopping block. When they've come up with some other, okay, this person has to go and you fit into that category. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah,
What about you,
exactly.
Keisha?
Me, y'all not gonna be happy with my answer.
I
think I agree with
want to hear it too.
Come on, Keisha.
I think
Tell
I
us,
agree with
Keisha.
you. Listen. When you work in this store, you're the manager of this store.
That's right.
Most people in America live check to check, paycheck to paycheck. Now, when they
You get a
first
bonus.
tell me
$1 million
now-
bonus.
Oh, then you know they all gone. Everybody when they first,
I might have to fire them and never live $1 million.
oh, you just have to see them
Just kidding.
Rules out the door.
Just kidding.
No, what I believe I would do is when they told me about this plan, I think that I would start to look for another job. If I had not found one yet, by the time they got these photos back and I had to fire the folks, I believe that I would feel sad about it, but I would fire them. Now, after I've done this dirty work and kept my job
And your bonus.
and got my bonus,
$1 million.
then I would turn them into I would call and
It's a lawsuit.
and I would do a lawsuit
Yeah.
and I would be a whistleblower and I would turn them in. But in the meantime,
So you're a rich snitch.
You know what?
This bitch be-
I would fire them too because you need evidence. You need evidence. This whole thing was,
Right.
carried
right,
through.
yeah. Bring them
So I
down.
want to fire
That's right.
you, and then like Keisha said, I probably would.
yeah, then I do
You
the
need
lawsuit.
evidence.
Yeah, but Keisha, you just look like a Keisha.
Lakeisha, listen
All
though.
about
What
the
if this was a part of the stipulation? What if you had to stay on with them for a certain time limit in order to get your bonus, like it was given to you incrementally?
That's okay.
What's
Once
the
I fired you, I'm still going to go. once I find the folks and I've kept my job, I will go then and start working with working to do a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And this is all evidence, like you said, because I'm gonna have evidence of sending in the pictures. I'm gonna have the evidence of actually having fired the people.
Emails,
all of that. But in the meantime, unfortunately, now if you're in a different situation where you really don't need the money, that type of thing, you kind of just working because you're bored, then maybe you just walk away from it. But I think for a lot of people, they wouldn't be, able to. Now, I know this is probably not the right more.
Yeah,
isn't it moral to actually not quit and to do the dirty work because somebody's going to do it, and somebody's not. I mean, somebody's going to do it, so they're going to get fired.
But I just wouldn't want to work for a company that follows those type of.
Well, this actually happened. It's a Netflix. It's on Netflix. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but this actually really did happen.
That's why I don't shop there anymore. Been many years, but anyway.
So you know what store it is.
Sierra told me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
My thing is this: what's gonna happen with that one chick named Niecy that you find that attitude? She gonna come up on a job. B, I'm gonna see you when you get off.
Yeah,
and y'all gonna
I know I need to too.
And then she gonna move to North Carolina after that. She gonna be scared.
No, she not.
Pretty girls don't
Because we got her back.
You got her back. Y'all ain't gonna be around.
Okay, so who's gonna win? Who's gonna fire?
I'm gonna fire.
What about you, Nikki? We didn't hear from you.
He's so quiet.
We know how we're gonna fire.
Nigga, you choking.
No, never choking. Never choking.
What you gonna do, Nikki?
Come on, Nick. I wanna hear this.
She don't know yet.
Nikki sided with me. She's not firing.
Yeah, I just don't feel as though that's the right thing to do. I'm not gonna fire them.
They already know. Let's go.
They get fired.
Sound like Michael Jackson.
You're not gonna get $1 million.
If you're working as a retailer in the store, they're not giving you $1 million bonus.
It's not moral. It's not moral, but I do think that they have to be brought down. So you would have to kind of fire them and work with people to bring evidence. You know what I mean? You would have to do that because somebody's going to get there and fire them, and they're never going to towel.
Yeah,
somebody else may not towel.
Yeah, that's how I make myself sleep well at night. I tell them I'm gonna bring them down in the end.
So what should we just feel in our hearts? Are you saying suggesting this because the orders came from above, and so we do what our boss tells us to do anyway?
No, absolutely not. But I do think that if that's an immoral practice that they have going on, it's going to be carried out, right? Because the numbers are low in the store. They feel like people are not attractive enough to bring in and get sales, so they're looking to hire attractive people.
Well, I can say a store.
So why did they hire?
Y'all all remember the store back in the day, and I can say it now. They don't exist no more.
What's the store?
Merry-go-round. Y'all
Merry-go-round.
remember? You had to look a certain way.
You helped me one shot at Justin.
To work at merry-go-round.
And certain
Because you had to be fined for those drug dealers.
Had to get that look. But that didn't even get hired though. Wasn't it like that Bare Feet too? Wasn't Bare Feet like that too?
Bare Feet?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
it was multiple stores in Baltimore.
Right.
Yeah, that was
like
like
around, all the same guy who owned all this.
But you got a point though. The jokes are out, man. This is serious. Listen, it's business. It ain't personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have an attractive girl in front of the counter. People's gonna buy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got it's not so attractive. I ain't gonna call her ugly, but she close. It's not so attractive, and then she have a mug, and she ain't trying to have a mug. Right. You're gonna scare your customers away. It's all about making money to them.
Well, they knew that. They knew that when they hired her, dog. They knew that when they hired her.
Wasn't your management could have come in like
nigga, that was temporary.
Okay, that was temporary. Okay.
I just don't. I don't know if I look at people and think they're attractive, so I'm going to buy from them. But I guess I don't know. I can't say.
I think that he's talking about a situation. Howard's talking about a situation where it was like men. You talking about young men with money. They coming in. They want to buy. Yeah, they want to buy
because this store did sell male and female clothing, so I can understand that.
But I guess the idea is just that when people people are sexy and whatever the images of that store,
if you feel like you want to look like that when you put on those clothes,
they want you to feel right, exactly.
Even though you gonna go home, you don't want to look like that.
Like how with Rickey.
Yeah, no, but a lot because we're promoters too. It's personality.
Yeah.
Your personality tells you everything. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not attractive, you got a personality
Yeah,
that looks good.
It does.
So that sells. I'm sorry to have to say that.
I mean, this kind of discrimination happens all the time because
I agree.
Kim's favorite cousin, our favorite cousin, that's Kim's favorite cousin, used to work. We won't say any names. She used to work at a company, and at this particular company, she's in HR, and at this particular company, they said, "Here's the resumes. I don't want any Ishas, Keishas." Like they didn't.
Wow.
They said that. They really had. It ended up being a lawsuit. And then she said, "You realize I'm HR," but they were pretty much saying they only wanted like Becky to work. Becky, Susan, Heather, Karen to work at the receptionist desk. And they don't want any Ishas, working there. No more Ishas, and they specifically said Keisha. No Keisha. I know, right?
Good thing you're Keisha. Good thing you're lucky.
So I mean, this kind of thing happens.
Okay, so let's move on to the topic of our show. All right, so our topic today is going to be a controversial topic, and the topic is hair bonnets. And the topic is, should Black women wear hair bonnets in public? Before we weigh in on that, I just want to bring up some history about the Black women in the media. So, Black women in the media, started out being like mammies and Jezebel. So you had like the mammy who was like the caregiver, and she just loved taking care of like the white family. She didn't really focus on her family. Like Nell Carter was one. Trying to think of some other ones, but and then you had the Jezebel, which is very overly sexualized in the media. Years later, we bring in Sapphire. Sapphire is like the angry Black woman. She's demasculating men.
Annie McDaniel.
She's
Annie McDaniel won an Oscar in color Gone with the Wind.
Right. She was the mammy, right?
First Oscar.
Right.
Yeah.
And then as time go on, we get the ghetto Black woman, right? And so I want us to weigh on where we think that came from, because my personal opinion, I think it came from like the local news and from us as Black producers with buffoonery, right? So the question is, how do you think that the image of the media has played a part in how we weigh in on this controversial topic? Is, should Black women wear bonnets in public? So I'll open up to everybody.
Well, I thought the bonnet was not only for your hair, but I thought someone was a bakery. Did y'all do the bakery? I thought somebody was throwing some biscuits up. I see that bonnet everywhere they go. We talk about it at the airport.
Yes, I remember her.
So that's what I thought y'all do, multitasking with the bakery thing.
No, it's not it.
If you bake it, has to be all white, I think.
All white,
all white if you
Same
bake it.
thing.
No, it's to preserve the hairstyle so that you can get more time out of it. It's also to cover up if your hair isn't done. So it's multifunctional.
Right. But do you think it should be worn at the airport,
Absolutely
at the grocery store?
Absolutely no.
At the club?
No,
because the club.
Ain't nobody wearing a bonnet to the club.
I do know somebody with a bonnet at the club. And we won't bring up any names.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
Good Lord.
Is they in here? It's real hair here.
What do you think?
My opinion is, I think anyone should wear whatever they want. And a bonnet, I think they should. Why we always have to focus on our appearance all the time? If I want to wear a bonnet and go to the market, fine. Why are you actually talking about me? As a Black woman, we already get dehumanized daily, and I do believe that you should wear it anywhere you want.
You know what? It's funny because I agree with Tanya. I think that if this was any other race of people, I don't even know we would be having a bonnet discussion. But I do think that I think there should be, however, some limitation, right? I mean, I think that you shouldn't go to your child's school with a bonnet on your head, right? I think that you shouldn't show up to work with a bonnet on your head. I think that when you combine the bonnet and pajamas together, I think that that's a whole nother topic. Like now, they're taking it to another level. Yes. But as a head cover, because Black hair is not like any other hair, right? And if you don't have ponytail length hair, and that hair is too long or brittle or uncapped to wear in a natural little bush, you're in a situation. You know what I'm saying? You're in a real situation. So, me personally, I think that, you know, if you have time to groom your hair and do your hair, you have the resources and products to do so, you should do that. I think that if you are running to the store and you have to get something, that I think it's okay to wear a bonnet. I don't think you should combine a bonnet and slippers and pajamas. And
I think your bonnet should match.
Well, actually, that's what I was about to say. But
Your
now
bonnet need to match your outfit.
If
you got on Adidas sweatshirt, wear Adidas bonnet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
They're making them cheap now. They're making them really cheap. Even though I don't wear bonnets, you know, I just prefer to pull my hair back, you know.
From a man's perspective,
tell it, please.
Your pride is everything.
Yes.
You ain't gonna be my woman.
Yes.
Say it again, Ricky.
Come on, what about your pride?
Right.
Yes.
Thank you, Ricky.
Listen, this is like getting up in the morning, you forget to wash your face. How you do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Got crud on
So
your
you gotta
eyes.
take,
Sleep.
we ain't talking about no 30s and 40s. We in 2022.
Right.
You know, presentation is everything. So, you know, you
Yeah.
can pick your chores and make excuses. I'm not judging.
Right.
But you
I'm not judging. This is
you
just my
are,
opinion.
Ricky.
Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
You are. What
So-
about?
Oh, you think I'm judging? Okay.
Yes. What about the Africans who, wrap their
That's
hair?
very
That's
different.
right.
That's
That's
very
right.
different.
Why is that different?
But you're saying
why
that's a
different?
heritage thing, though.
No, why is that could be our heritage that we created.
But
now.
it's not.
No, but it's
No,
not.
it's not at all.
Because it's not.
Why
It's
is
because it
I
comes
agree with
from
you.
sleepwear,
CBS
loungewear.
Who
Yeah.
said that?
But who said
Who
it?
said that?
It's called a sleep cap. A bonnet.
Right.
It's
It's
a
not.
sleep
that.
cap.
A
That
bonnet
could be
was
not
not
my
a sleep
sleep
cap.
cap.
No. A bonnet.
Because did Mammy have a bonnet on?
Listen.
Mammy had one on.
But Mary was in the
I
house
just
taking
feel
care of the
as though
kids. She
I
was
was
not.
always
She
out
was
in the
not
street.
outside
But I think
at the park with those children with their
Good
bonnets
hair.
on. No.
what's
Wait a
good
minute,
hair?
wait a
What's
minute.
good hair?
Wait a
Good
minute.
hair is strong hair.
Good hair is ponytail, limp hair. that you can put in
that's
the
not
ponytail.
good hair.
Good hair is
Good
good
hair.
hair to me. Good hair. All types of hair is good hair to me.
Let's
Ding,
keep
ding,
it
ding,
real.
ding.
No, let's keep it real.
No,
Let's keep
I am
No.
keeping
Well,
it
let's
real.
keep it
I am
real.
keeping
I
it real
agree
because
with
we've
you.
been
That's
doing
one
it
of those
now for
stereotypical-
years.
Hold up.
And I'm actually getting tired.
When
of
I
it.
say,
I'm
okay,
growing
let's
tired.
bring it in for a second.
Why don't you-
Yes.
Let me clarify. When I
Okay.
say good hair, I'm not talking about pretty hair or straight hair. I'm talking
What is
about
pretty
wait a minute,
hair?
let me break this
Yeah,
down.
what is pretty hair?
I'm talking about hair that is easily combed and easily managed. So if you have, let me speak for a second because my hair is not all that easily combed and easily managed, and I cannot do what my sisters do to their hair. I don't get the same results, okay? And if my hair is not ponytail length hair, and I have to run to the store and I don't have my hair done, I'm put in a different situation. Now imagine if I don't even have resources to buy conditioner or to buy something and my hair is looking brittle, it's broke off, I have a bald spot over here, my man ain't get me no weave or a wig, okay? Or I didn't, but no, I'm just making it joke because wait a minute, let me finish for a second.
Let her
I
finish,
might have alopecia, right? I might,
Trying to
right?
lighten it up a little bit.
No,
You getting too serious.
no, you're right. But let's say I really do have a condition on my hair. It's because my daughter went through a period of time when she had a bald spot in her hair. Her hair was really broke off, and it always had to be done. Okay, so I'm just saying that we're not putting ourselves in other people's positions where they don't feel beautiful with how their hair is looking at just presentation. They might not have product. They may not have, enough hair to put in a ponytail, and they might feel frustrated, and they might not even know how to do their own hair.
That's all true,
So,
T. That's true. But why is bonnet the move? Why
Right.
isn't
Right.
it a hat?
'Cause a
Why
bonnet
isn't
is
it a
$1.
wrap? Why isn't it
A
a
bonnet
wrap?
could be
Right.
$1.
And then to your point
Raps
about
Right.
yeah,
No.
you can take
Yeah.
an old
Yeah.
t-shirt and make
Yeah.
it to a head wrap.
Yes.
Honestly,
That is a do-rag. A do-rag.
Not a wrap.
you can take an old shirt.
have a wave
County,
cap.
they're making the bonnets like decorative now.
They are.
But let me
I
take it a
don't-
step further. Let me take it a step further.
Yes.
I have a family member that works in the medical industry, right?
Yes.
We just had this conversation. There are people in the hospitals wearing personal bonnets, not the hospital bonnet like you use in a surgery.
Coming to work,
Yes.
you mean?
Coming to work.
That's unacceptable.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Where does the line get drawn?
Right.
I think the line gets drawn on professionalism and when you're showing up for something. Now, here's the thing. If I know I have to go to work Monday through Friday, I'm going to be able to comb my hair, do something with my situation, right? Now, if I am if I haven't got my hair done, I might not have a job. I might not be going to any work. And I have to run to the store and my hair is not combed and I don't have finances. I don't see where we should be judging people who run through, like they put a bonnet on their head and they're going to the store. Now, if you're showing up to your child's school because you know you have a parent-teacher conference, of course you take that time and energy to comb your hair and show up when you're representing yourself.
Right, but if you don't have a job, that is every more excuse to make sure when you leave out that house, you are presented like you're ready. You don't have to get ready. You already ready.
You never know what opportunity you can encounter. But if you have a bonnet, no one's even considering
you have a question from the audience, right?
It's just
they want to know, can we judge the standard by people that's less fortunate? Meaning that if we're going to judge a standard for our culture or something that we actually creating, can we start? Right, I'm not saying it like say people that's less fortunate. Can we start there? I don't believe you can make a standard off of less fortunate people. If you understand, like if we made a standard off of people wearing their pants, they said we wearing our pants off our butt because we like wearing our pants off, but why can't we do it? You know, where does the standard start from? And can we make a standard based on the worst case scenario? Can that be the standard?
I think the standard should come with the individual. Right.
No, because I don't know if I think the standard should come with the individual because different people have different ideas of different levels of standard. And I think the standard, we just have to say what you need to look is self-respect. Yeah. Right. So it's just self-respect and how you really want to present yourself. Because let's be honest, a lot of us, you know, Black folks have lived in the projects, have not had money for decades and decades and decades. But that did not mean that they did not take time to try to present themselves to the public. And it's not to present themselves for other people, but it also makes you feel a certain way when you are clean and you just get clean. Even if you're wearing the same clothes, you get clean. You do the best you can with your hair.
Who says you're not clean? Because you have a bonnet.
I'm not saying I didn't say
because
that.
I'm
just talking
about
given
the perception that you
standard.
Came out of the bed.
I'm just talking about the whole standard, right? Like the idea is that and let's be honest, most people putting on this bonnet, it's not just about because I'm so poor I don't have the money. Because you got a bonnet on one week and then you got a $300 weave the next week once you get your money. So it's all about priorities. So you don't have the hair products that you're talking about because you saving all your money to go get your wig or go get your weave and you have not invested in actually taking care of yourself. So a lot of time it's priority. And so I just think that people, like my grandmother, like our grandmother would roll over in the grave. She saw any of us.
She also wore a wig.
The point was is that you always went outside and present yourself a certain way outside of the house is all that she was saying. And there are hats and there are scarves and there are
also a beautician.
But that's not the point.
But before bonnets came along, what were Black people doing then?
Scarves.
They were wearing scarves.
They slept in. But they slept in those scarves. Right outside. They slept in those scarves too as well. Right. I think that this is
how do you know they slept in those scarves? I know. How do you know this?
Because I had scarves back in the. I had scarves personally that I used to wrap my hair. Very beautiful scarves, and I also went to the store in those scarves before bonnets were very popular. And here's the thing. I think that we were talking about a different community. If we walked into an Asian, to get some fried chicken or Chinese food, and an Asian person had a bonnet on, we would say, "Oh, that's a weird looking hair net. That looks weird."
No, we would not. No, we wouldn't.
Listen, we did not know what a bonnet was.
I would think that I wouldn't want to buy any food from you because I would think you have a shower and cleaned yourself.
But you don't know what
you have a hair bonnet on you. I do know what a hair bonnet is.
I'm saying if it wasn't in our culture and community, and you did not know what it was.
We all know what a hair bonnet is. That's why the conversation came about because people started seeing people in hair bonnets.
That had them hair nets on their head.
My point that I'm making is that I think that Black people are so hard on one another. I think that we're always judging one another. Now I will tell you that I do think that we have.
This thing has gotten so bad.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're going to hold that thought. We have to go to a commercial break and we'll be right back.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing education and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network.
Okay, welcome back.
And we got our bonnets on.
I got the real long one too to hold all the braids.
And I got the snatch back one looking fabulous.
I took my bonnet off.
Yeah, I took my bonnet
Me
off.
too.
When I got
Different strokes, please. Take different
Listen,
strokes.
I'm fanning myself because I'm trying to cool down from this.
Yeah, you
Listen,
burn up
this
there.
this thing has got me so.
You got bacon grease coming out your mouth.
It might be
Okay, so moving further with the topic of the bonnet, right? So looking at just the standard of Black women.
Right.
Now, just the standard of them, because we're going to agree and disagree on the bonnet. But now let's go and think about like the standard, the twerk. And there was a video called F4. Got a billion views. And these Black, a billion views. And there's a pregnant woman. She's twerking. You know, there's children in the parking lot. And at what point, though, do we feel like Black women, from the standpoint of what we see now is how we represent ourselves, how do we think that the media and all these other things have impacted how we represent ourselves?
I think the large, I don't know. I'm still stuck on the bonds. I think,
Right.
Do we need to circle back around to the
No,
bonnet?
you can finish that.
No,
Finish the bonnet.
Just finish it. No, I'm just gonna simply say, at my job, a girl was coming to work as an engineer, and she was wearing a bonnet to work. And it's kind of just like, so I think honestly the largest impact, I think the largest, and you know, she ended up getting terminated, and I don't know if it was exactly because of the bonnet or not, but she didn't last long. But I'm thinking to myself, what is she saving her hairstyle for? She's saving her hairstyle for something else. Work wasn't the thing she was coming for. I think the biggest impact to us and what we're doing as our image. Yes, there are people who are putting things out there, but I think it's ourselves and us not saying, "Hey, sis, this is not appropriate."
Having a standard for yourself.
Having a standard for yourself,
absolutely.
and us, we're so afraid now that people are gonna say, "Oh, why are you judging me? Why are you judging me? You judging me? Stop judging me!" And because of that, now we are telling people, look, they can do whatever. It's okay to do whatever you want to do, as long as you feel like it's not impacting me. So we're so busy trying to be in a judgment-free zone that we're not teaching.
And you're doing people a disservice.
And you're doing
because
people a
those
disservice.
are the same people that's there wondering, why am I not getting put up for the promotions? Why am I getting judged and looked at and talked about and perceived in a certain light? But you're bringing it on yourself.
Well,
But also,
can
she do the work?
But
doesn't matter.
be realistic. It's not just about that. In this day and time, it's not just about being qualified.
Did you ever see her hair?
Her hair was, she had lots of hair.
Sometimes,
she had lots
because
of hair, and it was wrapped up. She had on a wrap, and then she had the bonnet on top. She had lots of long hair, and she was saving her hair for
The
weekend,
club.
for going on.
That's
So
right.
She was on the Rickey and Howard show.
You know, so that's why I asked.
No, she
But
does.
you know, I want to bring a point. I want to say that we might not agree with the bonnet issue, right? But can we agree that Black women are not representing themselves as we should be representing ourselves.
Absolutely.
The hand issue, we can go back and forth all day long about that, right? But I was reading a study or looking at a study, and I heard about it a long time ago as well, that says that PTSD is generational, right? They did a Holocaust study on Holocaust survivors, and they said that this PTSD is generational, okay? So if you think about 400 years of oppression, right, and slavery, right, and this is generational, and you have anger and frustration, you have all of these emotions that are coming out. So when you're, so can that be playing a part as well on how we represent ourselves, as well as going back to like the Miami? You see Black people not as complex individuals, but you see them, either she has to be, you know, an angry Black woman, or she has to be over-sexualized. We did it to ourselves as well with the video vixens, right? Then we have like, you know, the mammy, you know, either she's just all, you know, just so, you know, kind and whatever, you know, and nurturing, or she's, you know, her mouth is too smart, she's demasculating men, or, you know, she's over-sexualized. So I think that not seeing us as whole people and kind of like always just taking on the image of what we should be like and who we should be, and judging one another and judging, but also the emotions of oppression. How do you think that's an
interesting thought process of the whole, you know, PTSD from our history, right? But at what point do you not stay in that place of slavery, of being, you know, locked into?
This is genetically encoded in you now.
I don't know.
Well, they did a study, and it's called biological psychology.
But y'all know what y'all did. They took Aunt Jemima off. They took Uncle Ben off. Y'all noticed on those boxes. They're trying to get all that, erase all that image and stuff. And even even AMC took all the blackface movie scenes out those movies, those old movies. They cut all them out.
Right, they did. But think about in the 80s when the black media and music, and it was very positive music that was put out. And think about how that changed. And, you know, we talked about energy before. Like, energy is just ongoing. It doesn't really change. I mean, it doesn't die.
Yes.
Right, you have to transform it. So now Black people are being monetized to degrade ourselves.
That didn't just go away. That was my plan. That was my plan.
It didn't just start. Right. And as to me, it's not about just to me. To me, it's the further we get away from God and morality and values and having His standard. That's why we have congresswomen. That they sent the video in the congresswoman, she was twerking for votes. And that's why you have these pregnant women out here getting a billion views, because we've gotten ourselves away from a standard, and we have gotten so upset. And like I was saying before, you can't don't judge this person, don't judge this person. And we make all kind of excuses for what people are doing, and we're not. Listen, you can judge an action is right or wrong, but we need to have compassion, and we need to correct though.
Correction
we need to
say,
judging, but you can judge based on the word of God, based on a standard that this behavior is incorrect. And if you use that as your standard, then you can judge it. Like, this person that this person is doing something that's incorrect.
You can correct based on that and not judge.
But what do you correct? No, when I say judge, I don't mean that I have a heaven or hell to put you in. But I can judge that action is outside of the will of God.
Absolutely.
If you're twerking out here on the parking lot pregnant, based on this Bible that I believe in, I can say, listen, this is not necessarily what God will want you to do. Now, I'm not judging you.
I agree with that. I just wanted to clear up the word judge.
As a person,
people put you in heaven and hell.
I can't put you in heaven and hell. But I can say this action is incorrect, right? That this is not the best representation of yourself.
Absolutely.
And we want to get so far away from that. We feel like that's like too churchy, too preachy. But this is why I feel we're where we are now, because the further we've gotten away from slavery, to me right now, like the further in some aspects, the worse things are getting. So I'm not thinking that it's necessarily this PST that you're talking about. It's because we've just forgotten our standard and we don't know who we are. We honestly just don't know who we are.
And I agree with that, but I also think about the emotions that are in the energy that's continuing to live generation to generation. So you're angry, you're oppressed, you're frustrated, you have all of these negative emotions. And we don't have any real Black leaders, right? Because they kill all the Black leaders off, right? So at the end of the day,
I don't think that explains why you're twerking.
But
right.
but
it doesn't.
But
and I don't. Twerk is for the attention.
Right.
It's for social media attention. That's all.
Right. Well, it's not just for
everybody making fans money off the social media now.
Right.
It's I mean, people are becoming millionaires off social media.
Overnight. But they are. But
and that's all that is.
But the twerking is just not for...
That woman did that for a purpose to get some attention. Who knows? She might mess around win. Who knows?
Right.
She might because she's drawing in a different population.
Right. And she get their younger audience. They come out and vote.
She gets.
But then again, it goes back to your values, your morals.
It does. I agree with that
and the sad part is that these things are becoming normalized, so that our younger generations are growing up and thinking that is what it is. That's the standard. That's what I should be trying to obtain in life. You know, and that's so not right.
Next person.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I didn't know y'all were this serious on this show. Y'all like the view
we are multi-level.
The view from our dome.
We do get into it. So here's my question, though. Here's my question, because I do think that, you know, all of these years of oppression, all these years of negativity, this is what we had. This is what we ended up with. We can't deny we ended up with it. We ended up, we're here.
But
we
I
have
think that's
right?
I think we just.
But that's not the end.
It's not the end. It's not the end, but how do we change it now? So that's the question.
We start with everything starts with communication, right? Everything starts with communication.
And the village.
And the village, right? So positive platforms like this one.
But everything is going to change. Nothing stays the same.
No, that's true, Rickey.
But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to out-talk you guys, but what I'm saying is that before we had cabs, we had trolley cars. Things change.
Right.
And we have to adjust with the change.
Yes.
Whether we like, let me finish, girl. You talk too much. Let me finish. Keisha, I love you, but I got one in the family. Man, I don't talk today. No, I'm serious. But you got to remember, you know, it's how we going to evolve and be better if we don't adapt to the change. It's the change. You know, just like it's your time to pass the torch. You passing it to somebody else. So no different than what we do. We passing the torch to other people, but we got to be ready for that change. That's all.
Change is good as long as we're moving in the right direction.
Right. But we're going backwards.
If there's a change that's damaging us and taking us further into a black hole, then that's not the change that we should be trying to do.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I agree. Absolutely. I agree.
Well, I mean, it all depends. I mean, it's no different than years ago when Elvis and the 50s and the twists and all that stuff. I mean, you know, the women thought that was what kind of dance is that? I mean, before Soul Train, before American Bandstand, and all these different dances came out, and now you know all the other different songs coming out. It's no different than how everything evolves as each thing. Like you know, the songs that we used to listen to is not the same song the kids are to now.
Do you remember the movie Footloose, though? If you remember the movie Footloose, right? That movie was all about not allowing that music and not allowing that in that town because they know the progression. And that is the point that I'm making. I'm saying that energy keeps going and it grows like a snowball. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're here now. Right. We are here where I'm embarrassed at, you know, some of when I see my black, you know, females out on the corner and they look trashy. They don't look like a woman. They look trashy. And I'm not talking about bonnets, nothing like that. I'm talking about you out here, you don't have any clothes on. You're out here, you know, smoke. I mean,
that's from drugs too. Yeah,
but again, I'm saying that this is all, and it's all just building up more and more and more. And so you have this energy that's building up more and more and more and more. And this is the output that we have. So now we have to talk about how can we change this energy? How can we get back to a standard? How can we correct it?
Just like
communication and education.
Yeah, we have to be very careful how we're doing that as well, because a lot of people are going to be defensive to what they think your standard is and what somebody else's standards. Like, I think that we have to do it in love, right?
Absolutely.
We have to do it in love.
Most definitely.
And we have to do it by not breaking down, but by building up people, right? And we have to understand how you got to that place in order to even try to heal that energy, because you're broken. If you're out there on the corner and you're twerking and you're throwing that tail up in the air, I'm sorry, you're broken. you're a broken individual, right?
They might not
feel like it, but we know that they're broken.
Maybe they were taught that.
Yeah, that could be from multiple reasons.
Yes.
Everybody don't have the same situation.
Right,
There's a lot more going on.
It's how you were raised, what you saw in your upbringing. You know, some people were mental illness, molestation. There's a lot of reasons that can be the case.
But aren't those reasons still reasons to traumatize a person?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
so they would need help. Yeah,
right, they would need help. So we're gonna take a break real quick, and we're gonna go to Slim with the word.
Okay. So I'm Slim. This is the word with Slim. Thank you for tuning in to She's Not Trendy. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at SlimGoody_MVP1. I have some stories to share for y'all. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
Slim.
All right,
give it to us, girl.
Okay. So Steph Curry, he just won the NBA championship last month for the third time. Awesome family man, terrific father, awesome husband, and he likes to play golf in his spare time. Yesterday, he played in a golf tournament and hit a 97-yard shot and got that ball in the hole. I don't know if y'all played golf before, but golf is not an easy sport.
challenging.
So he's an awesome athlete. So big ups to Steph Curry. Rihanna. She's been in the news all week. Oh, yeah. Give it a clap. Yeah. Rihanna's been in the news all week trending because she has made the list as a self-made billionaire.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. She's known for her music, her fashion, her style. Her and A$AP Rocky just had a baby 2 weeks ago. So congratulations to you both. And Rihanna, keep up the good work, sis. Like, we're watching you do a good job. Yes. I always love to report good news. Women are rocking. That brings us to our next story. Sandra Douglas, my mind just went blank. What is her name? Sandra Douglas. Well, anyway, it'll come to me later on. I'm sorry. She is the first African-American woman to serve on an NFL team as president.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. She comes from, she's an attorney from Las Vegas, Nevada. She comes from serving as chairman on the Gaming Control Board, and she was the first African woman in that seat, and she was the first Black attorney in the Nevada state serving attorney. So she's just breaking down barriers left and right. So big ups to Sandra Douglas Morgan. That's what it is, Sandra Douglas Morgan. Thank you so much. So big ups to her. Leadership is an awesome role to be in, and I pray that you do very well in your role, and I pray that God lead you and protect you and guide you, and I wish you much success. So big ups to her. Our next topic of leadership. Our local news of Mayor Brandon Scott and District Attorney Marilyn Mosby are getting a lot of heat. And I've met them in person, and I think they are phenomenal leaders, and they just get in the heat. So I would like to bring it to the panel to see what you guys think about their leadership role in Baltimore City.
Well, I think for Brandon Scott, I like him. I like Brandon Scott, and I think that when you're talking about like changing, like, and we have an issue with like crime nationally. For one, I'm just going to say I don't believe in black on black crime.
Right.
And the reason why I don't believe in that is because statistically, you're going to commit crime in the neighborhood that you live in. I think that is another thing in the media that just plays against a negative image on black people. You have white on white crime, all of that. So, but he is the mayor of a predominantly black city where you have a lot of crime. And I think, and I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I think you have to change the generation that's coming in. He is, really working hard on working with the kids, opening up racks. I think he's doing a phenomenal job in the city. He's always out and about.
He brought that program with the $1,000 a month or something.
Oh yes, it's a pilot. It's a pilot program that he's working on doing where it's guaranteed income. I don't know how I feel about guaranteed income, but I do think that he is focusing on the youth because the drugs and the criminal and the guns they've been there, and you have to worry about the youth that's coming up now and give them something to do and expose them. I know we're not talking about Rihanna, but I really personally. Talking about image, I really have a problem with Rihanna and the image that she puts out because when she was pregnant, she was walking around in lingerie.
She did get a little
and I did not appreciate that or agree with that because I think that, again, we're teaching our young black girls to not have respect for their body. So, I'm not a supporter of Rihanna. But that was neither here nor there.
But as a businesswoman, she's doing her thing.
Right. Yeah, as a business, yeah. But she's also, damaging black young minds. But that's just my personal opinion. It just makes me upset.
Wait a minute. Maybe she need a bonnet.
Maybe she needed something to cover up, her body. But anyway, does anybody else want to weigh on Brandon Scott or Marilyn Mosby?
I had the honor to meet Marilyn Mosby about 3 weeks ago, and I posted on my Facebook page. My thing is this: like she's saying it, and the lawyer's saying it. If you got so much evidence, where is this evidence at? Right. Take me to court. What person going to go to the media and do a press conference saying, "Okay, y'all got so much stuff on me. How come I'm not in jail? How come I'm not this? Where is all this evidence you got?" It's a witch hunt. They're doing it right before election, so she won't win again. What it is, she doesn't follow. Her and Schaefer don't like each other, so her and Schaefer don't get along. She got more prosecutions done. She done more stuff that's done, and she's right. She's going after why are these little weed boys getting 20 and 15 years? Right. Selling weed. Why that's the murders off the state? Right. Weed boys shouldn't even be doing no time. They need to go ahead and legalize it like they did in D.C. Legalize weed. That way you don't have this problem anyway. Legalize liquor. Remember, liquor used to be illegal. You had the moonshine boys and stuff like that. Just go ahead and legalize it. You won't have this problem. Everybody make them pay taxes. That's all you got to do.
That's all it's about anyway. Right.
Money.
Right. I don't think that people should go to jail for weed, but I also don't think it should be legalized because I was talking about Brittany Griner earlier today, and it's very sad that she's facing 10 years. But I think that the sad part is that if you're successful and you're where do you cut off wanting to vape and smoke and get high? Like you're on your purpose. Like she's from Texas. It's a felony in Texas to have a vape pen with hash oil in it, right? Because hash oil is concentrated THC, and it's like you're going to really get high. Like if I'm not judging anybody that is getting high, nothing like that. I'm just saying, where do we draw the line and say, you know what? You knew you was going through customs, it's illegal.
She wasn't the smartest person.
Yeah, it's illegal in Texas. And then you playing ball. Like, be on your purpose. You already doing it.
Listen, there's another side to that. That's true. Successful athlete, right? People use those substances for many reasons. There's a lot of medical, medical data. Yeah, but you never know what she suffered with in her life that calms her, that puts her in a different place to be able to function and move forward.
And do weed cards.
But the weed cards is not full of hash oil is 90% THC. Right. It's not like, just a little bit of cannabis, whatever. Like, no, you're getting high. Like she's, and I'm just saying, like,
sometimes you just have to use wisdom.
You have to use wisdom.
My thing was, Russia laws. It's
not like
come on. Like, American laws. I'm going in Russia. Wait a minute. Let me get straight here. I'm not
me and Rickey went to Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan. Pornography is not allowed that you get locked up and some people get handcuffed.
Shut your whole phone off.
Magazines.
How did Rickey get back in the U.S.? How did that do that?
You're the man. But on Brittany, because we've been overseas, on board several times. The thing is, she should have been schooled before she even hit that plane.
Exactly.
And she probably was, but you can't take that stuff lightly.
You can't take it
lightly.
But that's just that one incident. Tiara originally was saying that she doesn't believe that it should be legalized across the board.
I don't think people should. I don't think it's an issue where our young black people should be going to jail for 5 and 10 and 15 years for marijuana. But I think that when you start legalizing all of these things, it becomes the norm. How can you really be on your purpose if you're getting high all day? How can you really be on your purpose if you are distracted with getting high, getting drunk, all of these things?
Well, name me one serial killer from getting high with weed.
But that's not the point.
I'm just saying.
I'm not judging whether somebody is taking a drink or whatever. But I'm saying if you're focused on purpose and everybody has this legalized, it's just the norm. I mean, again, when I look at, our young Black people, they're getting high as teenagers. They're not on their purpose. Like,
no, you're right. You're right. There
not,
should be a boundary in place, but you're only looking at it from that perspective. You have to look at the medicinal component too.
Well, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about medicinal. I'm not talking about using it as a.
You're talking about just straight.
I'm talking about straight weed being legalized. I'm saying that I think that it takes you off your focus, and I think that just to alcohol is legal, but how many alcoholics you know? I mean, there are functioning alcoholics, but how many alcoholics do you know is decide, you know what, I should do this today, or I should get drunk today? They're going to choose that battle every time, and I'm not judging that I'm not judging them, because I know that we cannot judge, people to help. We can't help them through judging them, right? But we can speak up and say what's right and what's wrong, right? And so that's just my personal, opinion, and that brings us to the rock the light. Okay. Rock the light. God spoke with infinite wisdom and might, and in all of his majesty, rushed in the light, and we are the light. And we are to rush in this world of darkness. What does that have to do with the topics we discussed today? Everything. Right? Because we have to think about being on our purpose. Yes. And when we let emotions and when we let all of these things, overtake us, and we're not thinking, then we end up in situations where we're not on our purpose. We're not walking in love. We're not helping one another because we're so distracted. Right.
Our purpose is to help our fellow man. We are here to be a blessing to others.
Absolutely.
That's what our main purpose is. If you're not a blessing to somebody, then what are you here for? What are you doing?
Agree.
Like Rickey said, we are passing the torch to the next person. People are looking at us as role models. Look at people who are watching this show right now, who like to be a host, have their own show, or whatever the case may be, are watching us, and we are setting the standards now.
And I want to say, y'all done took the jokes out of me. We got so serious, man.
Let's talk a little more about that.
Jokes out of me.
Let's talk a little more about that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So tell us a little more about you guys' show that's coming out. We can't wait to hear what's going on. What you got?
We are doing 2 shows at American Legion of Towson, 125 York Road, Towson, Maryland.
We'll be there.
And we have tickets available now. It's 2 shows, 8 and 10:30. We got an awesome 2 groups. Palivation, male quartet. Not quartet. Well, that was trio now. Trio now. My solo. And, I think his name was Bobby Brown.
Do what I want to do.
And so we have them and those guys, and then we also have another group called Crosswinds, featuring father and son. And it's this Friday, 8 o'clock and 10:30. You get tickets for myself, Howard G. Hit us up on Facebook, Howard G. Gaskins, Instagram at Gaskins Howard 5 on Instagram. Rickey, tell me your stuff.
Yeah, you can also hit us up, me on Facebook, and also you can call me direct. Cash App. Make sure you put a $sign, Rickey Shackleford, Rickey with an E. But you can Cash App me also. Hit me at 443-226-9157. We all need to laugh. We heard so much today. Yeah. We all need to come out and laugh,
That's right. Yeah. My phone number 410-808-5805.
That's right. Howard, give me your sister's name, too.
410, baby.
And you know what? Laughter heals the soul.
It's a healing.
Yes.
And speaking of which, ladies, I want to know when y'all going to get y'all cell phones, all of them cracked. I noticed everybody
She's not trendy.
Right, she's not trendy.
She's not trendy, right.
Mine cracked too.
All right, is this the end of our show?
Well,
we already kick us out. We got rehearsal at this. We want y'all to hurry up and get out the studio too, because we need to leave the studio.
We help y'all. Hey, y'all, we help y'all. Y'all help us.
That's what it's about. Don't forget to follow us, the Coyote Man Show Network, and She's Not Trendy on IG and Facebook, as well as download the Coyote Man Show app. Okay,
it's free.
It's free, and it's available on Roku as well as Amazon Fire. And we'll see you next Sunday with She's Not Trendy. Thank you.
Peace.